before work.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on, everybody? How we doing today?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Douglas.
Hey,
Fired up,
Good
man.
morning.
Fired up.
all
Ready for
Good
this
right.
morning, good
weekend. Let's
morning,
go.
good
Let's go.
morning, good morning.
Fired up Friday. Who's fired up?
I'm fired.
Mm. All right, guys. Well, good morning, everybody. It's 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. My name's Doug Blake, senior partner here at Senior Life Insurance Company, and real excited about today. We got a great, amazing special guest that's going to be jumping on with us here in about 10, 15 minutes. I'll introduce him when we get a little bit closer to that. But before we get into that, just a couple of announcements. Talk a little bit about the month end numbers, which I'm really stoked about. Some phenomenal jobs. Everyone did such a great job last month, and we'll go ahead and get into it. So, we always talk a lot about social media, and I think this is just gets bigger and bigger for me every single day. It's something that we have to do. We have to, it's free, and it's a way for you to connect with more people. And that's really what business that we're in, right? We're in the networking business. We're in the business of connecting with people. We're in the business of building relationships. Whether you're personally producing and selling insurance, whether you're recruiting, or maybe even doing a little bit of both, everything comes down to building relationships. And social media is a free, great way to connect with people, And I always say, guys, try not to spam everybody, but it's like being at a party. If you're just going to sit in a room and talk about yourself all day long, nobody's really going to want to talk with you. We've all, talked to people like that at parties before. We have to be genuinely interested in other people, like their stuff, comment on their stuff, and things of that nature, sharing other people's things. Be social. That's why it's called social media. It works both ways, guys, but use it. It's a phenomenal tool. If you guys could please take a minute and like us, check in, all that fun stuff, it'd be really greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. So let's go ahead and move on. My screen gets messed up here. Sorry, hold on. You Owe You by Eric Thomas. That's our book of the month. I know we missed a book of the month last month, but I want to give everybody a chance to catch up. I know we are firing out so many books so rapidly, and I want to give everyone a chance to catch up. But Eric Thomas, we got a chance to see him speak live, Senior Life. He came and spoke at one of our conferences just before the pandemic. I'm sure a lot of you, just like myself, are a big fan of his. I got through about the first chapter so far. So far, great. I'm real excited about it. He goes on to tell a lot about his story. I learned a lot about Eric Thomas, and I'm really excited to finish this book. So I hope everybody's enjoying it, but get yourself a copy. Get the Audible if you guys can. Eric Thomas, I love when the authors actually read the books themselves, and I love when Grant Cardone does that stuff too, which is because you don't just get the words, you get their emotion in there. You get their passion, as opposed to someone else just reading words on a piece of paper. You're going to get that author's passion. And as you know, Eric Thomas is an extremely passionate individual. So get that Audible. Great book. Our Level Up November contest, November 2022. All you got to do is level up, get a promotion, and you're going to win some cash. It doesn't make a difference what bracket that you level up to. Just level up and you're going to get some cash. And the bigger the promotion, the bigger the cash. And I'm looking forward to giving out a whole lot of money come December 1st. Our Senior Life New Year kickoff, January 5th through the 7th. The 5th is going to be a Price Group and Blake Group awards dinner. It will be at the Hyatt in Orlando, which is the same Hyatt that we were supposed to go to just a month or so ago or whatever, right before the hurricane. I don't know everything exactly 1,000%, but anybody that did qualify for the last incentive, what I'm being told, obviously everything's going to roll over to this one. So, as far as travel and, hotel stay and all that stuff. And I know they're going to do a special awards dinner ceremony with those that qualify that are coming back to this next trip. So we're going to get some more information on that as we roll out, but it's going to be an amazing meeting. You don't want to miss it. It will be in Orlando, Florida, January 5th through the 7th. So start looking at travel. Our income rings. Guys, I just ordered 12 income rings yesterday. 12 new six-figure plus earners this year alone. And I got 4 others that are close that we're waiting to see, that will probably need another month or so to see if they're going to get it. But if they do, it'll be a total of, I think, 17 rings of newly six-figure or higher income earners this year. And I'm real excited to give some of those out. Some people might be getting 2 6 figures and $250,000 for their first time, you know? So I'm real excited about that, guys. Can't wait to give out all those rings. I'm really hoping that we can have them for Orlando. That's my goal, you know? But, you know, with everything that's going on in this world, you know, it'd be a godsend if we can get it done by then. But we're really, really trying hard to get and be able to give out all those rings at our awards dinner on January 5th in Orlando. Our Rolex Club, guys, if you work with us this year, we want you wearing a Rolex next year. $200,000 of annualized premium. Very doable. Gets you 1 Rolex. $400,000 gets you 2 Rolexes. One for you, one for your spouse or a friend or a kid or whomever. The only requirement is you have to have an 85 or more percent higher, 85 or higher percent, fourth month persistency. To some of those newer folks that don't really understand what the word persistency means, is no more than 15% in that example can fall off the books within the first 4 months. Okay, it's a percentage of business that you write versus which falls off the books. Okay, so let's get into our numbers last month. As we all know, I already put out the numbers, but I do want to take a minute to go over. But I want to do a big congratulations and shout out to Miss Rachel Boatwright. 34,325 was our number 1 agent last month for the 3rd month in a row.
Let's go, Rachel.
And here, as we go through, you guys can see this all. You guys have seen this already, but I do want to take a minute and not only just recognize our top 10, but I want you guys to be looking here. Look at all these people, you know, over 32 people that produced over $10,000 of production last month. You know, that's a phenomenal job, guys. You guys need to give all yourselves a big round of applause. That's an amazing, amazing job. 10,000 is a great little first benchmark to really hit in this business. Congratulations, guys.
Good morning, sweetheart. Did you vote already?
Good morning, Carlene. How are you? Did you vote? Good morning. I like to bust people's chops when they're not paying attention. You know, but then we also had 11 people that produced over $20,000 of production, and probably close to 20 people that were very, very close to issuing over 20,000. But in the number 10 spot this month was Jennifer Cormier with $21,567. Congratulations, Jen.
Go, Jen.
Give her a big round of applause, guys. Congratulations, Jen.
Go, Jen.
Number 9 was Lauren with $23,839. Congratulations, Lauren.
Good job, Lauren.
Number 8 was Mr. Blake 007, $24,494. Great job, Blake.
Good job, Blake.
Number 7 was the Miss Carlene Interrupt the Morning Meetings Right, $24,840.
Good
Love
job,
you,
Carlene.
At least she's out voting or something. To sound like so. She's being a public servant, so that's great.
Oh, that's my little thing, Douglas. I'm gonna be like, did you vote?
Number 6 was Dana Berlin, $26,657. Great job, Dana.
Good job, Dana.
Nice job.
Number 5, and I think her podcast comes out today, guys. Her podcast, so look for that. Number 5, top 5, Bianca with $26,881. Great job, B.
Good job, B.
Number 4 was Amy Bush, $29,711. Great job, Amy. Number 3 was Day with $32,581. Great job, Day.
Good job,
Happy day.
Day.
Number 2 was Miss Shingai, $34,080. Great job, Shingai.
Good
Good
job,
job, Queen.
Team Guy.
And as we all know, Miss Rachel Boatwright, $34,325, our number 1 agent for the last 3 months in a row. Great job, Rachel.
Good job, Rachel. Congratulations.
Good job,
Number
Rachel.
1 agency. Needs no introduction, right? Mr. David Price and the Price Group, $872,582. Great job, Mr. Price.
Good job, team.
Go, TBG.
And here's our top 25 agencies, guys. As you can see, over 25 groups did over 25,000 last month. Again, phenomenal job. And I'm just so proud of each and every one of you guys. And we'll start at the top 10 with ZDD Insurance. That's Miss Zoe with 64,365. That's a PR for her group. Congratulations, Zoe.
Good job, Zoe's team.
Number 9 was Latina Financial Group at $77,537. Leslie, great job.
Congratulations.
Way to go.
8 was the Cormier Group with $88,360. Great job, Jen's team.
Good
Go,
job,
Jen's
team.
team.
Good job, team.
Number 7, Echo Financial with Brittany, $91,626.
Good job,
Congratulations.
Brittany.
Good job, Brittany's team.
Number 6 was Keith and Sheena, Phase 1, $115,348. Great job, guys.
Good job,
Okay,
team.
wow, yeah.
Congratulations.
Number 5 was the Miss Dana Berlin Group, $131,309. Congrats.
Good job, Dana.
Good job, Dana's team.
Number 4, Your Future Advisory Group, Miss Bianca, $140,763.
Good job,
Team
Bianca.
Number 3 was the Frias Insurance Group with $186,355. Congratulations to Razor and yes,
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Remote team.
Congratulations.
Number
Thank
2. I need a good powerhouse to start me off. Y'all can help me out real quick with 224,387. Someone give me a good powerhouse this morning.
House.
Powerhouse.
Good job,
Great job,
Powerhouse
guys.
team.
And then again, number 1, guys, the Price Group, 872,582. I promise you that you will see a 7-figure number next to the Price Group before the year is out. Yeah. You guys are killing it. Good job.
Team.
Good job, team.
Great job, everyone.
All
And guys,
right.
as a whole, $1,544,712 for the entire Blake Group. Congratulations.
Good job.
Congratulations, Stevie G.
Issued-
MVP right there.
What is it?
We have issued close to $13 million, I'm sorry, of production so far this year.
Phew.
Amazing job, guys. New hires. The most new hires last month goes to Mr. David. 121 new hires last month. Congratulations, David.
Woo.
Job, David team.
All right.
And then, of
Good job,
course,
David
here is
team.
all of our top hires. There's a lot of people hiring a lot of people, which is so great. And we'll mention some of them. David with 121, Powerhouse with 22, Ramon with 18, Leslie 17, Dana 14, Brittany 13, Valerie 13, David Denning, happy birthday, buddy, 12 new hires last month. Bianca with also 12, Keith 11, Sheena 9, Lionel 7, Jennifer 7, Jennifer S 7, and Carlene 7. Just amazing job, guys. That's what makes everything move is the new hires. We got Bianca spoke yesterday I think it was yesterday, about the rule of 10, guys. It's a real deal. Rule of 10. as a group, 154 new hires last month, which is kind of crazy. We talk about that rule of 10. We hired 154 people last month, and we did 1,544,000. I think that rule of 10 is a real thing, guys. What do you think?
Not.
It's pretty spot on. You want to do 100,000, by the end of the year, you need to hire 10 people a month for 12 months. You want to do 1.5 million, you need to hire 150 people every single month for 12 months. That's the numbers, guys. I can't give you a better example. It's down to the penny, but that's what it is. Let's get into one last thing, and I'll introduce our guest speaker today is our promotions. Okay, we had Clarence R. that got promoted to Regional Sales Director. Congratulations, Clarence.
Great job, Clarence.
We had Angela B. also got promoted to Regional Sales Director. Congratulations, Angela.
Good job.
Great job, Angela.
Annie got promoted also to Regional Sales Director. She did it her first week here with us. Congratulations, Annie.
Yay, congratulations, Annie.
Annie.
Myra G. also got promoted to Regional Sales Director. Congratulations, Myra.
Myra.
Good job, Myra.
Taffy D. Regional Sales Director. Congratulations, Taffy.
Good job, Taffy.
Valerie, Regional Sales Director. Valerie S. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Valerie. Woo.
And then our two national sales directors, Valerie M. Congratulations, Valerie, being a national sales director.
Great job.
Go,
Good
Valerie.
job, Val.
Good job.
Go, Val.
And Miss Momentum, Amy Bush, national sales director. Congratulations,
Yes,
girl.
Good job, Papa.
Congratulations, everyone.
Good job, Amy.
Good job.
Thank you.
So, guys, I wanted to give. I asked him. I said, "Hey, can you give me a bio so I could introduce you?" And he wanted to kind of introduce himself a little bit, But I do want to take a minute and just say a couple things about this phenomenal guy. He started working with a few of us here at the Blake Group. It may not be August, but it was sometime in the summer of 2020. So it was COVID height, And he started working with us. David is a training facilitator and coach at Cardone Training Technologies. He has been a big behind the scenes guy for the Blake Group, helping us come up with selling strategies and, a lot of the things that we do on a day-to-day basis were ideas that he came up with. He's been working at Cardone Cardone companies. There's several of them for, I think, well over a decade now. Goes back in the day when no one even knew who the man Grant Cardone was. He goes way back to him. Has written some books or written a book. He has a podcast. Just a phenomenal, great guy. We and those here at the Blake Group are very proud to say that he is our sales and training coach. He's our friend, Mr. David Bradley. What's going on, buddy?
Hey,
What's up,
thank you so
David?
much for having me, you guys. Much appreciated. So, and thank you for the kind words, Doug. It's I always like getting an off the cuff intro. It's better that way for me. So, you guys, I do roughly anywhere from 8 to 10 coach calls a day. My name is David Bradley. I'm a training facilitator and coach with Grant Cardone. My next call starts in about 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit you guys hard and fast, and then I'm jumping out of here. Just so you guys have some context, I got started with Grant in 2011, but I've been studying his material since 2003. And at the beginning of 2003, I was just getting started taking sales seriously. And I did that beginning in the auto industry. And the dealership that I was working at provided like zero training. I had no clue how to even greet somebody, right? I didn't know how to tailor a presentation that was based on a customer's needs. I certainly had no clue how to close a deal. And so basically I was selling just enough to not get fired. In fact, the general manager tried to fire me 3 months in a row, but I kept convincing him to not fire me. I was making zero money and completely lost and literally was about to quit, was about to accept the fire and try something different. But then I met Grant Cardone. And he came into our dealership, and the first thing I learned from Grant, so if you guys are taking notes, I want you to write some stuff down today, and this is one of them. The first thing he gave me was selling is a conversation, and power comes from the words that you use. And with that one sentence, it opened up a new world to me. And so I dove in and I started like applying everything that I was learning. And it was scary at first because I had to get out of my comfort zone and I had to do things I didn't think I could do, but I did them anyway. And I finally had a process to follow. That was the most important thing. I had a process that I could follow. And within 9 months, I knew the exact way to start the sales process and virtually guarantee I'd get into a presentation and ask for the business. I knew how to do a value-based presentation based on somebody's needs. And also what was most important to the buyer. And more importantly than that, I knew how to close deals. So Grant Cardone took me from barely surviving in sales to thriving in it in about 9 months. So my purpose today, the reason I'm here is I want to introduce you guys to a little bit of this mindset. And then I want to give you 3 words that you can take with you into 2023. But before I do that, put yes in chat if you'd like to have more money. You can't make more money because that's illegal, but you can have it and you can collect it. Okay, so let me see some yeses, and there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, now give me a thumbs up on your screen. Throw me a thumbs up on your screen if you'd like to have more time. If more time is important to you, let me see a thumbs up. Okay, good, good. So the 3 words I want to give you. So the first thing I said, selling's a conversation. Power comes from the words that you use. Okay, so hopefully you wrote that one down. Here's the 3 words to write down and think about all year. First word is money. The second word is time. And the third word is control. And I don't mean to be brash and harsh, but if you don't have the time you're looking for and you don't have the money you deserve, you're out of control. So I'd like you to put in chat for me to rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 5. How much control do you have right now over your time and money? 5 is 100%. 1, not so much. Be honest with yourself. This is not about me. This is about you. Know where you're at. Because if you'd like to have more money, if you'd like to have more time, then there's a formula to do it. And it's simple. Simple does not mean easy, though. There's a formula for more time and more money, okay? You got to get it. This is money and time. You got to get it first, then you got to keep it, then you got to multiply it. This is something I'm still learning from Grant every single day. You're never done learning with this man because he's not done, so neither are you. So you got to get it, you got to keep it, you got to multiply it. So keep in mind, money, though, follows attention. Money follows attention. So if you want more money, you're going to need more attention. And the 2 places you need attention, it's macro and micro. First place is from the market. If you look at our guy, David Price, he's got a lot of attention in the marketplace. Wouldn't you agree? People know who this dude is. He's getting attention. Okay. But then also in the micro. So when you're face to face with a customer, you're working a deal, you need their attention. If you don't have their attention, you are not getting their money. In the marketplace, you're out recruiting. If you don't have people's attention, wondering, hey, what's going on with that person? What are they doing? Wow, looks like they're making some money. You will not have their attention. Is this making sense so far, everybody? So now you start thinking about, okay, this is all great and stuff, but how am I supposed to multiply time? And if that's what you're thinking, you're 100% correct because you only have 24 hours in a day. Stretch that out. That's 168 hours in a week. And if you sleep for 7 hours a night, that means you got 119 hours a week to make your dreams come true. You got 119 hours to get, keep, multiply money and time. So the first thing I want to give you guys to think with is to immediately stop trying to manage time. I talk to companies all day long. Hey, what's one of your biggest challenges? Man, we're bad with time management. Okay. Step 1, another Cardone lesson. Stop trying to manage time. Look to control it. There's that word again, control. Control time. Do not manage it. And that is going to start with do not wait until that meeting in January with Doug to actually start working on what you're going to do in 2023. That needs to start like right now. Controlling time is going to start with what you do when you wake up, and it's going to start with what you do when you go to sleep. It's going to start with the rituals you have every single morning and every single night. The fact that you guys do daily meetings like this is amazing. It's a great ritual to have. So immediately when you wake up, I want to give you a morning routine that you can put into practice right away. Man, I'm stuffing a lot of data in here. Okay, write your goals and dreams down. every single morning, plan out your day, set your targets, debrief activity from the last day, and make sure to do some kind of personal development every single morning. Read, study, practice your craft, role play, and watch what happens to your control over time and money. Also, look at your money every single day. Out of sight, out of mind. You get this part of your morning routine, you wrap your night up the same way. Write your goals down, a little personal development, read something. You don't need Netflix. You guys, success leaves clues. Look at how other people who are creating success are doing it and just duplicate it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. And so another way for you guys to multiply time, to create multiple flows of time and money. So if you get a chance to read Grant's Millionaire booklet, Grant talks about that. He says, create multiple flows of income, and you can also create multiple flows of time. What the hell is he talking about, man? This ain't a Marvel movie. Yes, you can create multiple flows of time. How do you do that? You build a team. Another way to create multiple flows of income and time is you build a team. It's the number one reason. Elon Musk is not building rockets by himself. He's got a little help with that. Elon Musk did not do this Twitter deal all by himself. But what did he do, though? He got attention, didn't he? So here's the bottom line, you guys. You are the sum total of the people you surround yourself with. So you need to go out there and build and create a team of warriors that are committed to creating success for themselves. You got to help them get there. And when you do that, they help you become successful too. You help them create their success, and they in turn make you successful. It's amazing how this thing works. It's why I work here. I help people be more successful every single day. And it's an honor and it's a privilege. Okay, so throw some things in chat that you're hearing from me so far that you like. Let me just see some feedback from you guys about what is sitting on you, what is resonating with you. So building a team is going to require that you get that attention. I'm going to say it again. Getting a team requires attention, and you're going to need to get some attention. And if you're paying attention to what David Price is doing, he's got plenty of it. I said that earlier. But a couple other things that he probably has is he's got some criticism out there. He's probably got a couple of haters going on, because there's this whole group of people that have quit, and they've made sense of why they quit. So they're going to take their anger at themselves out on other people that are creating success because they gave up on it. However, when you get attention, criticism and hate follows it. So you just need to know that that's coming. So you got to go get attention, go get some criticism, get some hate, and it's an indication that you're moving in the right direction. It's a requirement for you to create more success. And if you're thinking about what you want to have in 2023, the three things you need to focus on is, am I getting enough attention? Is it generating, am I multiplying my time and my money? And these are the things that we work on with people at Cardone Training Technologies. I've been doing it for it'll be 12 years in March. We help people create more success in their life. And if you'd like to explore that for yourself a little bit, I've got some free access to our individual training platform called Cardone University for you, just for hanging out with me today. All I need you to do is go to cardonesolutions.com/Cardone you free, cardonesolutions.com/Cardone, the letter U, the word free, and you can register for 2 weeks free access on that program. So I want to come around full circle. I'm going to give you 3 quotes that I got from Grant that I literally this week I put the 3 together and it blew my mind. First things first, it doesn't take money to make money. This is a myth. This is something we were taught as kids. It's a BS story that was given to us to justify why we don't have enough of it. It doesn't take money to make money. It takes courage to make money. I'm just say that one more time. It doesn't take money to make money. It takes courage to make money. And courage does not exist in the absence of fear. If it's not a big deal to jump out of an airplane, there's nothing courageous about it anymore. Maybe the first time, second time, 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th, 30th time, easy. There's no courage involved anymore. Courage doesn't exist in the absence of fear. Therefore, if you're not scared, this is the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with. If you're not scared, you're not doing anything big enough. So I want to challenge you to set goals in 2023 that scare the crap out of you. Go out there and build a big monster team, duplicate the success of others. And if I can help with that in any way, reach out to me, because that's what I'm here to do. Okay. Thank you guys for letting me sit in on your meeting. I appreciate every single one of you. Have an amazing weekend.
Thank you, David.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
David.
Thanks,
Thank you, brother.
Sam.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Let me switch back here. So what do you guys think? Good dude or what?
Easy,
Great.
man.
Amazing.
Can you give that web link
Great
again?
energy.
Right.
Great energy.
Posted it in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Amazing.
I think that's the one that he was talking about. It had like a free deal on there. I'll get the exact one if that's not the right one, but it is in our chat. So, just some great stuff. And we've, for the last 2.5 years, a few of us have had the privilege of having an hour-long conversation with him every single week.
Wow.
And he's been a huge help. And that's one thing that we all have to do. And the first thing that I was kind of wanting to talk about, and I think he really mentioned a lot of this indirectly, was just, I wrote down one word, and it's evolve. And that's what we've done over the last 2.5 years, or really always, but specifically, talking about David Bradley, is we've evolved as a group. When we met David Bradley, we were doing, I think, like $400,000 or $500,000 a month. So literally within the last 2.5 years, we have increased our production over $1 million. And, it's because of the effort of each and every single one of you, but he's also helped us evolve by giving us some strategies and things that we needed. Because, one thing that we can't do is just think that everything is going to remain the same and we're going to be able to keep doing the same things over and over again and continue to keep growing. Like, as we grow, things change. And he talked a lot about that in the daily habits of writing down your goals and being in the forefront of your everyday. Doing some type of personal development every single day, whether it's reading or writing or watching videos, like not Netflix and not social media, but actually taking some time, going on a long walk and thinking and praying and, whatever, but some self and personal development. I love the idea of debriefing your previous day. If you all took a few minutes, now here's the funny thing is we gotta wake up early. Each and every one of you needs to start waking up at least an hour earlier than you're doing right now. Like, who thinks on this call that they wake up early? Who here? Throw it in chat. Give me the time that you guys all wake up in the morning. If you think you wake up early? If you post 9 a.m. in here, then we ain't talking. We ain't friends no more. But who wakes up the earliest? And you cannot take into consideration time zones. Maybe, I don't know. Does that work? And you can't say that you. But just, hey, and another thing too about David Bradley is he lives in California. So he jumped on at 8:45. What time is that for him? Do anyone know?
5:45.
5:45 in the morning to talk to us.
Yeah.
And he had a call lined up for 6 a.m. Our time, which is 6 a.m. his time, 9 a.m. our time. Folks, I'm loving the 4:45s, the 4s, the 5. I think if you're waking up after 5 a.m., then it's going to be really hard for you to do the things that you need to do. And yeah, 5 a.m. comes around really, really quickly. But I've been doing it for years. But I will tell you one thing, and my wife makes fun of me all the time. I'm in bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock at the latest, every day. I need to get my 8 hours. I need to get my sleep in, But if you wake up in the morning and you do that and you debrief your last day, if you plan today, you do personal development, you write your goals down, you did all that stuff before people even woke up. But if you wake up at 8 o'clock, then try to do this type of stuff, and you still want to start your day at 9 a.m. and whatever the case, like you're going to have a hard time finding time for everything. And, you know, if you start your day off chaotic, have you guys ever start your day off chaotic and the whole day, no matter what, is just nuts? You ever start your day off behind and the rest of the day is insanity? Like you're playing catch up for the next 24 hours until you close your eyes. But you ever be in control? Dave talked about control, you know, and being in control of that time, in waking up early. You know, I take a lot of pride in, and it's always on my mind, is to wake up at least 2 hours before you have to be anywhere. You know, so write that down. So 2 hours before you need to be anywhere is what time that at minimum that you need to be waking up every morning. You know, it's so funny sometimes I bust people's chops when we have in-person meetings and stuff, or, hey, we're going to go meet over here. And, you know, isn't it funny how the ones that are the closest to wherever the meeting place is are the ones that are the latest? You know, if we want to control time, we got to do a better job of planning and preparing. And it all starts, in my opinion, in waking up early in the morning and getting that stuff done. So guys, let me hear some takeaways maybe. And I know we're just going to, if I say just everyone start talking, but let's raise some hands, guys, who want to share some takeaways that they got from David this morning. I got Bianca's hand up. Did you mean to have that up, or? Oops, she just lowered it. Okay. Who's got some takeaways? Someone talk. Someone raise their hand. Raise their hand.
You know I got a takeaway.
All right. Talk to me. Talk to me.
The morning routine. Write my goals down every morning and every night. And as far as how your goals, does your goal scare you? What you want to accomplish, does it scare you? And I seen a post that Donato made the other day. You know, how big are your goals? Does your goal scare you? And I had to really think about that. Like, no, it wasn't scaring me. But after speaking to Elisha, and we were talking about jets and yachts and, you know, big dreams, that started to scare me. But to write everything down, plan out my day, debrief, personal development in the morning and at night, look at your day every day, and because success leaves clues. That stuck out to me. And your words have power.
Yeah. And Donna, what do you think? Why do you think the exercise of writing your goals down each morning, why do you think that's important? Outside of the obvious of writing it down is better, but what do you think that does for you for the day?
I think to keep it in front of you, it keeps you motivated and it keeps you driving toward your dreams. It makes you feel like you have to be accountable to yourself. Yeah. And if it's up to me to change my family, you know, if it's to be, then it has to be me to make the decision at the end of the day to move forward and just keep writing, because I get away from it and then I go back, but I have to be consistent with it and write down every day and every night. So that stood out to me.
Now, do you think that if you did that religiously, and I want you guys to add one more thing to that, is to write them down also before you go to bed every single night? So if you write them down first thing in the morning and the last thing you do before you go to bed is you write your goals down, blow your mind. But what I think is also a really interesting thing is to see how your goals will evolve over the years. They're not going to stay the same. They can't stay the same. They got to keep evolving, you know, get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. My goals change every single day. Who's next? Elisha. Thank you.
So what I got from it is selling is a conversation. The money, time, and control stood out to me too. And something else that stood out to me, it doesn't take the money to make the money.
Takes courage.
That was pretty much, yeah. And the courage, the courage definitely stood out to me. Doesn't take money to make money, takes courage. Yeah.
So how do you sell conversationally?
Having a conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah. I mean, there's really not a great answer. I mean, that's just what it is. It's just to have a conversation. But what I'm getting at is you need to know your material. Up, down, left, right, center. You got to know it in order to have a conversation. And if you look at some of the greats, right, of the people that are selling the most, are they following a script, or are they having a conversation?
Conversation.
They are having a conversation.
But it all started with a script, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where you have to start. You can't just start having a conversation with people from the get. Like, you got to know what you're talking about. One of the things that really stood out for me is back in the day when we used to sell in the field, and I'm going back over a decade now, we had those pad folios. Y'all know what a pad folio is, with the little flip charts and stuff? That's what we used to go out with, the little laminated pieces of paper. And for the longest time, I found myself that, I'm flipping this chart, right? And I'm looking at the person, and they're not looking at me. They're looking at the chart.
Right.
This is not working. Like, they're focused over here. I'm over here. Like, stop looking over there. Like, I would have to hold it like this so you can look at my face. Like, it just wasn't working. So you know what I did? I took the damn thing and I threw it in the garbage can. Because I knew what I was talking about, and I didn't need, that crutch to lean on anymore. And my sales went from mediocre to above average overnight, because I finally understood it, that selling is a conversation, and I think people will trust you and believe you more. It's more genuine, as opposed to, my name is Doug Blake from Senior Life Insurance Company. When you called that, were you looking for yourself or a love? Like, it just seems so, fake. Like, and I tell people, like, if you're going to call somebody up in sales and you're bro, like, if that's how you talk, call them bro. I don't care. Like, if you call people dude and you call people like you're calling your friends, go be yourself. Don't be anybody else but yourself. Because that's where you're comfortable. And I know we want to be uncomfortable, but you also got to be comfortable, if that makes sense. Makes no sense, but you know what I mean, right? Bianca, what's up? Thank you, Elisha.
So a lot of great stuff shared. Amazing. Since I first started this, I think it's like you tend to want to, like, coming into this, like, rely on other people to train you. And it is our job as managers to train our agents. But like you said, the greats, like, they have practice, but like when they leave practice, they're also practicing at their house early in the morning, like late at night. And I've always, like, bought sales trainings like Jordan Belfort, Grant Cardone, like, and Grant Cardone is one of the reasons why I feel like I am the producer that I am today, because before I started doing the Grant Cardone, like, I was an amateur, like, seriously. And like, really being intentional about training and, role playing and making a script and, like, all of that stuff, it really, and I think, I want to encourage, everybody to, really, like, think about, like, are you treating this like a hobby, or are you treating this like your life depends on it? How much time are you spending training, role playing, like, trying to master your craft? Because when you master your craft, you're going to be paid exactly what you're worth. And that can be a good thing or a bad thing, and something that stuck with me about writing it down, somebody shared a passage with me yesterday, and it said, write the vision, make it plain on tablet, so he may run who reads it. For still the vision awaits its appointed time. It hastens to the end, it will not lie. If it seems slow, wait for it. It will surely come, it will not delay. And, that's why it's so important to, like, write down what you want, write down that vision, and then too, when you actually get to where you're going, you can look back and be like, wow, this is exactly what I wrote down. This is exactly what I spoke into existence. And it's really cool.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for sharing.
Yeah.
Bianca is one of the ones that's been working with David for over 2 years now also. I don't know what order of who, but I'm trying my best. Carlene.
Morning. I like the courage that he talked about, because, in this business, we definitely need courage. And the good thing is we have so many people around us that are doing it, that are being successful. Like, this is not a myth. We're seeing it happen. So we just need the courage and the belief to really make it happen. Because if your goals, like he was saying, are not scaring you. They're just not big enough. And I was thinking about my goals. I'm like, man, I definitely have to step it up a notch, you know, with my goals, because I believe in the product. I believe in the system. And, you know, I've built up the courage over time now. So it's just a matter of us, you know, going out and doing it. And I think about like the agents who sometimes are like, I can't afford to buy leads, or I don't have anyone to talk to. And like David always says, if you know anyone 0 to 85 who is going to die one day, there are people out there. Like if courage for you means doing a social media post, speaking to someone that you're seeing in your everyday life, like you have friends who are sending you things all the time in WhatsApp about what they're doing. So take the courage in your business and just move forward and make it happen. Because if you're not happy with where you are, then that deciding factor is going to be you. We're accountable for every single thing that happens to us. So courage just stuck with me, and that's something that I'll be definitely building on, just to have the courage to do more, to express and to share my business, because I'm going to the next level. So
Yeah, thank you, Carly. And, you know, and I also think like this is the way that I look at things. Like I hope I never reach and hit and realize any one of my goals. And I say that because I think that if you actually hit your goal, then they're too small. You know, my goal at one point was $1 million in a month, but that goal changed before I even came close to writing $1 million, and it jumped right up to $2 million. You know, like your goal should scare the heck out of you, because it's going to require a ridiculous amount of hard work and courage. You got to be brave. You got to. Thank you, Carlene. T.
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Morning.
Everyone pretty much touched on what stood out for me as well, and that was courage. And in order to have courage to go out there and speak to people and be successful in who you are, is going back to knowing your content and standing on your content and being strong in that content. So in setting goals, one of those goals for myself will be managing and mastering my content, so that when I go out there and speak with people about the product, I have courage to do it.
Right.
Because I'm strong in what I know, that I know, that I know. So that was one of the things that stood good for me. And, you know, writing down goals, that was another one that stuck out, writing down my goals and trying to continue to do that. And I'm new here, and I've been on quite a few Zooms, and it just seems like a really nice platform. I always tell my kids too, with the other one that stuck out to me too, place yourself around people who is going to help you grow.
Mm-hmm.
If you're stronger than the person that's in your circle, then you need to change that circle.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, and I also think that it's not just courage that'll help you win, but it's certainty. And certainty is the one that always will win. Now, sometimes the only way to get the courage and to get the certainty is to evolve through the process.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in order for you to understand your material, yeah, you got to study it. You got to read over that script, top to bottom, objections, product. You got to do all that stuff. But it's like trying, and I used this analogy before, is you can watch Tiger Woods play golf all day long. You can read every golf book in the world, you know, and every strategy, and watch every video in the world. But until you pick up that golf club, you can never have a chance to be as good as Tiger Woods is.
Yeah.
You know, so don't be scared to mess up. You know, don't take understanding and knowing your material, don't take that so far to the exaggerated degree that it will enable you to start working. Like, go out there and make some mistakes. It's okay. The funny part is most people don't even, like, the people you're going to speak into didn't even know that you made a mistake, which is a whole nother story. But go ahead and fail. Go ahead and mess up and learn from it. You know, and that's what I think you get out of debriefing your day. And if you make that commitment every single day to be better today than you were yesterday, over time, you're going to be phenomenal. It just may not happen overnight, but if you struggled with this today or yesterday, what do I got to do? I got to seek out counsel from my upline and from people that are doing better than me, right? To get some tips and some tricks and some strategies to make sure that I'm better at that one particular thing. And then I'm going to try it. And then the next day I might keep working on that. I might pick a new thing or whatever, but I'm continually evolving, getting more certain, which is going to give me more courage. Makes sense. But thank you so much, T, for participating this morning. And I love your background. What's up, Keith?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I was just about to let you know that T I only think she's been here a week yet and already coming off mute and speaking up.
Love it, T.
So that's good stuff.
That's courage right there.
It's courage.
Right? That's courage. Unmute yourself in front of 130 people and say hey and start talking. Man, watch out.
So one of the biggest things that having Grant Cardone University and learning the platform of selling and the techniques. I think I started following Grant back in 2015 when I first started getting into insurance, and knowing, of course, my occupations always had me to be a server or a people person already dealing with people. But a lot of times when people come into this business, especially if they're prior agents or something like that from another company, because most people that are prior agents, most of the time were brokers, where it didn't really take a lot of selling. You just gave a person the best quote, for their bang for their buck. And that was it. Hey, you got this company, and it's really not a lot of selling. It's just asking health questions and finding that fit. But this game here, final expense is the infantry that I always say of life insurance. So it's a lot more to it. And a lot of times people come into this business and they have warm market, and which is good that you can sign up your warm market. And most of the time when you sign up your warm market, you're still not doing the presentation. You just going through again, telling them the prices, and they writing you a check and you're good. But it's not until you have to come into the real trenches and when you start ordering leads. And now you're getting on the phone with a brand new person, a real person, so to speak. And now you have to sell. You hadn't been studying the script. You don't know anything, and you're getting on the phone, and the first rebuttal that you get or the first stumble that you get, and the person's out. And now you beginning to think, oh, these leads don't work, or this don't work. This is crazy. And I got this lead balance and no one's buying. It's because you don't know what you're doing. Because if you think that, well, people don't get confused with luck, with sales. Winging it is not sales. You just can't. It's just like on the Slice app, starting to get a lot of underwriting with recordings because you want to read it the way you want to read it. And that's not the case. The words are there for a reason. And it's just like with the script, everything is there for a reason that you're supposed to say it like this. And if you don't say it like that and you try to do it your own way, it's going to reflect in your selling. So you have to study this stuff, not just when Zoom is on or not when you're working. You have to study this stuff every day. You have to know it the back of your hand. And when you know your stuff, that's how you can talk in conversation, that you can still be on script and a person don't even know that you're on script. It's because you know your stuff so well that you're having a conversation with this person. And it's just like when we used to have the flip books back in the day, it was a point of time that I wasn't even looking at the flip book. I was just turning the pages and letting them read. And it did it so much that I probably can still say that same flip book by heart today, because I did it every day. And once you put yourself in a position where you know your stuff, selling becomes a whole lot easier because you're just having fun with it and you're having conversation.
Love it, man. Definitely got to have some fun with it. You got to have fun, and you said a lot of really, really great points, Keith. And, working leads, it's tough. We all know that, but it's a muscle that you have to build, because I've seen so far too many times where someone comes in and does like you did, Keith, and does like you said, and writes their warm market and all, and they come out the gate and, man, look at this girl. She wrote $10,000 her first month, no leads. And then you never hear from them again. you know, because they never took the time to learn that part of how to properly work a lead. But then you look at the ones that are on the leaderboard every week, every month, every year. What are they doing? Working leads. So if you want to be consistent in writing production and making money, you need to be working leads every single day. And there's a learning curve, just like Keith was saying. You got to learn it. You just have to. You can't just, it can't all be just easy peasy. You know, you got to fight for it. But thanks, Keith. I appreciate it, man. You know, anybody else can raise their hand and jump in. I do want to talk briefly about something, and if nobody else has anything else to add, then we'll go ahead and jump off. But
great morning, Mr. Blake. I want to add really quickly. Great morning.
Great morning.
What I mean, I think it was amazing to have Mr. David on the call. I think it's so great to have him to speak to us briefly, but also, you know, what he was talking about is having some sort of training and investing in your business, which is so important. I always say, if you don't pay attention. For sometimes we get things for free and we take advantage of it. But one thing I did wanted to talk about was two things. Is like, he said to go look for warriors. And I'm a huge like warrior gangster film type of person, because what I do is like kind of see how these leaders, good or bad, how they lead and how they're able to get the people they're leading to get them to do what they need them to do. And so I'm actually going back and watching like the Game of Thrones all over again. And so if these people are not warriors, they're training them to become warriors as well. And so they from somebody who is small as a teenager, they're training them to play their part, to get them to believe and get them to have one vision. And so I thought that was pretty cool that he trained them, or they're training them to even become warriors if they already aren't warriors. So you got them in their head to be, this is who you are. Not only that, going back to like the leads, and he was talking about control. Like, do you have control of your business? And if you don't have control, find out why you don't have control. Well, going back to what you were saying about the leads and why the top producers are doing what they're doing, is that it is simple. This is like a lead-based system. So if you really want to know, if you really want to reach a certain level, a $20,000 producer, you have to find out exactly how many leads it's going to take to hit the $20,000. I'm all for believing and all this, and I think that's amazing. But if you don't have the tools, in order for you to have this, you have to have this. So in order to write 20,000, you need to know exactly how many leads that you have to order to get to 20,000. If you know you want to hit 5,000 in AP every week or $10,000 in AP every week, you have to go about it's a numbers. Like you can't make 3 sales off of one lead, or you can't be ordering 10 leads and think you're gonna close one. Like, because you're not, I think what we're missing is every 20 presentations that you do, you should be closing 5 sales, not every 20 leads that you have. And so if you don't have enough leads, then you can't do presentations. And so going back to last in conclusion, is have some type of accountability and tracking. I would say if you ain't tracking, you're not slacking. So if you're making 20 calls a day or 100 calls a day, and maybe one person answer the phone, you can't be mad at that. That means that, hey, I might need to do something different. I might call a different time. And so you gotta have to figure out if you track that day, and he said talk about it at nighttime. If I'm tracking what I did that day, and I'm going back at night and see what I did wrong or what I did right, and finding out if I need to continue to do what I'm doing or if I need to do that different. I did that. Like I was struggling with our team a while back, some years ago, and I've never been able to reach the 100,000 mark as far as production. And so I had a conversation with my mentor at the time, and they told me exact same thing that I just shared. And our organization went from 30,000 to 100,000 within 45 days. Wow. By tracking, and then holding yourself accountable, and then going back and revisit what you did wrong and then what you did right every single morning, no matter what, for 45 days. And it went from this to this, which has never been done at that time within the company where was with, where somebody jumped that quick, that fast. And so I do believe in tracking and then being and understanding the conversion of the leads. You got to get leads to produce this amount of production every single month. So that's all I want to share.
Thank you, Sheena. And, you brought up a ton of amazing, great points. And one thing that I do want to add to that is, and I think you agree with me, I'm sure, Sheena, is do you think that anybody can write as much production as they want to write if they're willing to put in the amount of effort?
I do believe anybody can write whatever you want to write if you put the effort in.
Yeah.
And if you believe that you can write it.
Yeah. Let's just say if it takes 10 deals to get to your record, or to get to your goal, let's just say, and say for someone like Bianca, maybe she can write, to get 10 deals, she only has to do 15 presentations. And let's just say that closing ratio is 75%. I don't know, well, let's just say your closing ratio is 25%. But all that means is you got to do more presentations, which means you need to get some more leads. That's all that means. And you can't be scared to get more leads. Now, if you can do it and it takes you 50 leads to write 10 deals, but say Bianca can get it done with 10, all that means is that Bianca is going to be a little bit more profitable than you at this point. But I promise you, you go write yourself 10 deals out of 50 leads, the next time that you get 50 leads, you're going to write a lot more than 10 deals. And the next time you do it, you're going to write a lot more than 10 deals. And you're going to get better, and you're going to get better, and you're going to get better. Now, you may not be as profitable as you would want to be out of the gate, right? But the only way to get better is by doing. And just like Sheena and I said, anybody can write as much business as you want to write if you're willing to work hard enough. And I'll add probably the more important part, what Sheena said at the end, was if you believe that you will. So thank you so much, Sheena. Can you give me a powerhouse before you mute yourself and go off to your day? Can you do me that favor, please? Because I really enjoyed you guys saying it.
On the count of three, whose house?
Powerhouse. I appreciate that. Thank you. So last thing, guys, I want to talk to you guys and then we'll wrap it up. But, I don't know if you guys read the little paragraph or so that I wrote in the newsletter, but the point that I was trying to get across, and I'm not a great writer, so, maybe y'all didn't really catch it, but this is when I was a personal producer, this is what always got me through the holiday season. And I can go back and look at every single month as an agency owner and every single month as a personal producer. And the months of November and December were of the highest of the entire year, if not the most production issued written business for the entire year. The months where everybody tends to give up. Me, myself personally, has always been my best months. And what I did is I took the month of November and I worked 2 months in 1 month. Does that make sense? So back then, when I was personally producing 20 leads a week, like that was it. I think you need double or triple that nowadays, but 20 leads a week. So what I did is I got 40 leads a week. And I worked every single day, 7 days a week. I busted it out. I worked. And I tried my best to get 2 months worth of production done in just 4 weeks. Because I knew that if I just got somewhat close to it, there would be a lot less pressure for the month of December once Christmas and New Year's rolled around. But what I found myself doing is I did it again in December. And I had the best months of my career always in the month of November and December. You know, because one of the things that you guys need to start thinking about, and I believe David Bradley spoke a few minutes or a second or so about it, which was that 2023 already started. And we can't wait until the meeting to start making some change. The best time to make some change was yesterday, which we can't do that. But the next second best time to make a change is right now. You know, and on the degree of controlling the outcome and controlling the narrative, you know, how I always controlled that was by a lot of activity. Because I can control how hard I went. I can control what time I started. I can control how many leads I ordered. I can control how many door knocks I did, how many phone calls I made, how many presentations I did. And I can control, by controlling all that stuff, how many hours I worked. Then I can ultimately control how many policies I sold, which controlled how much money I made. So my challenge to each and every one of you guys is to work double. Work twice as hard for the next 2 months. And I promise you, the next 60 days will be the best 60 days of your lives. You'll have plenty of money for Christmas, for Hanukkah, or whatever you know that it is that you celebrate. And you won't have to worry about it, as opposed to doing what most people do, is scrambling at the end. Let's get ahead of it. Let's work twice as hard. If you got your regular set of leads this week, go ahead and get with your manager and double it up. If we got to, you know, break up some lead charges and move some stuff out and, you know, get you through the next couple of months, like, that's fine. You know, if you get 20 leads a week, 80 a month, go ahead and order you 160 leads today. And we'll break up those charges over 4 weeks. Double it up. We'll do whatever we got to do. If you're willing to work hard and you believe that you can, call your manager, set up a game plan for the next 2 months, work 2 months in 1 month, do it twice, and you will have so much momentum to finish this year and so much momentum to carry into 2023. Because, guys, guess what? It already started. 2023 is here. It's November 4th, 2022, but it's already 2023. Don't wait, guys. Start now. Make that change now. Don't wait. Does anybody have anything to add before we let you guys go? Any managers, anybody, any messages, advice, tips, tricks, anything?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Amazing meeting, brother. We just got to stay focused, stay motivated, and stay committed. Let's go.
Let's go, guys.
Oh,
Have a great day,
go.
guys.
Thank you.
Let's go. Let's go. November 4th.
Thank
It's
you.
Friday.
Let's go.
First week is done.
Thank you.
If y'all need me, you know where to reach me. Level up. Who's leveling up? Who's leveling up this month?
I am.
I am.
For
So
sure.
let's do this.
Right.
2 million.
2 million. Let's do it. The Price
down.
Group, 1 million. Powerhouse, $500,000. What are we doing?
Your future, 250.
Your future.
250.
Who else goals? What are the big goals? Ramon, 250. Where you at, buddy?
Here, baby.
That's it.
250 is done.
Jen said 180, I heard the other day. Let's make that 250, Jen.
Valerie, where we at?
Phase 1, 250. Come on.
The Joy Group, 50,000.
Love it.
Yeah.
50,000 is 500 leads. That's what you got to do. 500
Let's
leads
go.
before the end of the month,
Done.
and you will get 50,000. Figure it out. Work it.
Blowing up for some leads right now.
Oh, baby. I got to tell Wade to get to work now.
Oh, Lord, yeah, we'll be calling you. Where the leads at?
Where the leads at? Wade's got him. Who's got my money? Wade's
got
got your
my
money.
money?
Wade's got your money.
All right, I'm calling Wade.
Don't call Wade. You don't like that.
No, I'll be hitting you up. My phone's blowing up right now.
Good. Let's do it, guys. Let's win, guys. See you at the top. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.